Hello, and thank you for tuning in to our latest episode of Journey Students Online. This is content directed for you if you were looking for something positive and spiritual that will uplift you in some crazy times that we have in this world. And we do that by sharing the love of Jesus. That love has lasted for millennia. Isn't that crazy? For 2,000 years, he's been inspiring, directing, and changing lives. So thank you for tuning in. Let me give you our final chapter on basics. This is the basics of our Christian faith. I'm going to give you our final point today, and it's all about stewardship. That's a big word, so let me break it down for you. Stewardship is simply this. We will make the best use of what God has given us to build his kingdom, ourselves, our money, and our influence with people, just using what we have for God. And so oftentimes the way I like to look at it is this: as human beings, we're pretty selfish. Like if you really think about it, from the moment you're born, the moment I'm born, no matter where you are in the world, we're selfish. We're born as babies in this planet, and we are selfish from the very beginning. We don't let our parents sleep. We need food all the time. We need constant attention. And we are just born into this world selfish. And so I kind of think that as we get older, that selfishness continues to go with us, doesn't it? Like as we get older, we either hide it or we're just better at managing it. But the reality is we are selfish. Well, God tells us that the reality of it is, and we'll never be perfect, obviously, but the reality is we need to grow in our faith. And one of the ways we can grow in our faith is being a good steward, being a good manager of what we have. And how do we do that? Well, the Bible tells us in Matthew chapter 6, verses 19 through 20, Jesus says, "Do not lay up for yourself treasures on earth where moth and rust will destroy and where thieves will break in and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven where neither moth or rust destroys and where thieves do not break in and steal. But this is the key, for where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." What are you investing in? What are you giving to? That is how we can be a good steward, is making sure where we are investing and giving. Like I said, you can give your time, you can give your talents, you can give your influence, you can give money. And so I've been challenging my students, like, where are some things that you could give? Because reality of it is, giving kind of keeps our heart from being super selfish. I mean, when you give, it really keeps your heart in check. And so there are ways you can give. You can serve at your local church. You can serve your local areas, your nonprofits in the local areas. Just Google it. There's all kinds of places. The Boys and Girls Club, your local church. There's a Habitat for Humanity. Just Google places where you can give back to the community. It keeps your heart right. And like Jesus says, you can store up your treasure here, but it's gonna rot away. So that's one way you can serve. You can also give financially. Like there are ways you can give, even if you don't make a lot. One of the great things that we like to give towards here at our church is Compassion International. My wife and I, we sponsor a few kids around the world. You can sponsor a kid for $30 to $50 a month. That provides them with school, that provides them with food and housing. Man, that's a great way to give. And even if you just have a couple dollars to give back to your community, being a giver. And finally, use your words. That's a great way to do. I challenge this with my teenagers. You know, we're born selfish. What a great way to show some love to your parents. Wherever you are, you're born selfish. What about if you gave back some recognition to the people, like your coaches, your parents, your teachers, who give so much time? Write them a letter. So last week at our youth group, I challenged my students, hey, write a thank you letter. There are ways you can give, and it keeps your heart right, and you're investing in something that will never rot away. Thank you for tuning into the basics. We hope this helped you. We hope that you would engage with us online. Leave a comment, send us a message, connect with us on any of our platforms. Thank you for tuning in. We'll have something new for you next time. Thank you once again for tuning in.